Assam government's move to track imams coming to state's madrasas, Trinamool Congress removing its Tripura state president just 7 months before the assembly polls, and 6 writers in the northeast winning the Sahitya Akademi awards. I'm Angana Chakrabarti and I will tell you the major news developments from the northeast region this week. Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma on Monday said that the government is coming up with a new standard operating protocol and a portal to track those coming to the state madrasas from outside. Sharma said that local residents would have to inform a police station if an imam they don't know comes to their village, following which the person will have to undergo a verification process.
अभी हमने कुछ SOP बनाए हो कि कोई अगर आपका गांव में इमाम आते हैं और आप उनको नहीं जानते हैं तो थाना को इन्फॉर्म कीजिए, थाना वेरीफाई कर लेगा, उसका बाद इसको रखिए.
Now, the announcement came after 2 clerics from Assam's Gwalpara district were arrested for allegedly harboring links with the Al-Qaeda and attempting to radicalize the youth. In the past few months, the Assam police has been cracking down on what they term as modules of radical Islamic groups, including the Bangladesh-based Ansarullah Bangla team and the Al-Qaeda Indian Subcontinent or AQIS. According to the police, so far over 30 people, including a Bangladeshi national, have been arrested, while 5 modules of these groups have been busted. Moving on, there have been a series of developments in the border dispute talks between states of the northeast region. On Sunday, the Assam and Meghalaya governments started the second phase of the border talks to resolve the dispute in the remaining 6 areas. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and Meghalaya CM Conrad Sangma decided to form 3 regional committees in the next 15 days. These committees now will be tasked to visit the disputed sites, talk to the locals, iron out any differences and come up with solutions that are mutually agreed upon. Remember, in March, the 2 states had signed a memorandum of understanding resolving the dispute in 6 out of 12 sites. Meanwhile, the 2 regional committees who have been overseeing the border dispute resolution efforts between Arunachal Pradesh and Assam started their joint visits to the border areas earlier this week. These visits come over a month after the 2 state governments signed the Namsai Declaration to resolve disputes in and around 86 villages along the state borders. The 12 regional committees formed as a part of the declaration are expected to give their reports by 15th September. In other big news, a slugfest ensued between Delhi's Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma over the closure of schools in Assam. The Assam government decided to merge the 34 schools with other government schools after its 1,000 students failed to clear the Class 10 board exams. Kejriwal, in a tweet in Hindi on Wednesday, said that the shutting down of schools is not the solution. He said, and I quote, "We should work towards building more schools in the country. Instead of shutting them down, upgrade them in quality so that the quality of education imparted gets better." Now, Sharma responded to Kejriwal's tweet with another tweet saying that the Delhi CM had not done his homework. Sharma said, "Since my days as the education minister till now, please note that the Assam government has established over 8,610 new schools." How many new schools has the Delhi government started in the last 7 years? He asked. Assam's education minister Ranoj Pegu also issued a clarification saying that the schools weren't being closed down in the state but are being amalgamated or merged with government schools which are located nearby. Also, in Tripura, with about 7 months to go before the assembly elections, the Trinamool Congress announced that it will be removing Shubal Bhaumik from the post of the state party president. The TMC on Wednesday put out a press statement stating that Bhaumik was being relieved from his duties and the party's state in charge, Rajiv Banerjee, and Rajya Sabha MP Sushmita Dev will look after the functioning of the party unit till a new state president is appointed. According to Rajiv Banerjee, the decision was taken on account of the party's poor performance in the recently held by-polls. In the by-elections, the Trinamool Congress lost its deposit on all 4 seats. In a video shared with reporters, Bhaumik said that the TMC hadn't informed him about the decision before it was announced, but it was the party's right to take such a decision. And lastly, 6 writers from the Northeast have won the Sahitya Akademi's Yuva Puraskar and Bal Sahitya Puraskar. Assamese writer Pradyumna Gogoi, Manipuri novelist Sonia Khunrakpam and Bodo writer Alangbar Muchahari won the Yuva Puraskar, while Assam's Digonto Oza, Bodo writer Duba Ramchiari and Manipur's Nauram Lokeshwar won in the Bal Sahitya Puraskar category. Now, the print caught up with Pradyumna Gogoi, who's a journalist and author of Chokhiaro no Golpo. We leave you with what he told the print about his book and his journey. So, firstly, Pradyumna, how does it feel like winning the Sahitya Academy Award, the Yuva Award?
It's a speechless feelings, and that's it.
What is your book about? Can you tell us a little bit about your book?
This is a short story book, and total 10 short stories and micro stories.
What kind of themes do you explore in the book?
Basic realism and postmodern, some postmodern elements. I try to experiment with my fiction. And the main title of the storybook is Shoki, and means the share. And I experimented with some philosophical, political theories and power structure. The journalism actually helps me to understand the situations events.
So you borrow from what you see on the ground, you base your stories on that? Okay.
And I like to explore the psychological and philosophical themes also. And my storybook, my stories has lots of elements of this type of content. I think Assam literature will go progress itself as a